One of Australia's most popular maritime mysteries is a shipwreck, known as the Mahogany ship. It was first spotted in 1836 by a party of 3 whalers, who themselves had got shipwrecked on the southwestern coast of Victoria. While walking along the coast back to Port Fairy, the sailors discovered the wreck of a large ship, half buried in the sand dunes. They described the ship to be made of hard dark timber, like mahogany. What's unusual about this wreck was that it appeared to be very old and of Portuguese origin. This was important because popular history dictates that Australia was first visited by the Dutch in the early 17th century, and later colonized by the British. No Portuguese ship had ever made it to the shores of Australia before that. However, if the Mahogany ship was truly of Portuguese origin, it could rewrite Australia's history. The fact that there was indeed a shipwreck on Armstrong Bay in the 19th century is true. There are many reports from various people who said to have seen the ship between 1836 and 1881, when the wreck was last seen. All these reports implied that the wreck was of unknown identity, and predated European colonization of Victoria. However, the position of the wreck in relation to the sea was differed from observer to observer. Some placed the wreck on the sea, some on the beach and some on the dunes. The uncertainty about the ship's location has prevented any serious expedition for the missing wreck. Nevertheless, for the past 150 years an endless parade of wreck hunters has marched up and down those dunes looking for clues without success. Even the state government of Victoria offered a reward of $250,000 to anyone who could locate the wreck. Without the rediscovery of the wreck, it is difficult to establish the ship's country of origin. In 1847, when John Mason recalled seeing a wreck in the dunes high above sea level to the west of Warrnambool, he speculated that the wreck might have been of an unknown Spanish or Portuguese ship from very early times. He commented that the timber of the wreck resembled either cedar or mahogany. But later, he withdrew his statement, saying that the wood was not mahogany at all, but might have been an Australian hardwood. Several people reported that they had cut pieces of the Mahogany ship, and some of these samples are still in the hands of their descendants, and in museums. Scientific examination of these pieces of timber have produced disappointing results. All of them were identified to be from trees of Australian origin. 2 pieces now at the National Library in Canberra are from eucalyptus. There is nothing to prove the wreck is of Portuguese, Spanish, Dutch or even Chinese origin. An alternative explanation put forward that claims that the Mahogany ship was a vessel built or stolen by escaped convicts. Between 1805 and 1835 some 40 ships were reported stolen or missing by authorities. Some of these ships were reported to have reached distant lands, others presumably lost at sea. Often escaped convicts stole a ship and deliberately beached it, so the escapees could claim to be shipwrecked sailors. They then built another ship from the timbers of the wreck, hoping to sail away to freedom. Murray Johns believes the Mahogany ship was such a beached ship built using local timber, which would explain the Australian provenance of the timber samples, allegedly taken from the Mahogany ship. Any theory developed to explain the Mahogany ship will be difficult to prove because of lack of concrete evidence, aside from eyewitness reports made more than 150 years ago, about a vessel presumably more than 300 years old at that time. Even after so many years, the reality of Mahogany ship is still an unsolved mystery.